Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn, Supportive Oracle Cards, Chakra Wisdom Oracle Cards by Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen. There's Gretchen's last name. If you'd like to find any of those creators, that's how you do it. Okay, and the Chakra lady, Tori Hartman, I've got another deck by her recently. So, if you'd like to check her out and find out what she's doing, there you go. It's called the Chakra Wisdom Tarot, because I'm looking right at it. It's a green box. I was going to use them today, but I decided I wasn't really ready to do that. I'm just getting familiar with them. I'm just not ready to put them out like this. I just didn't want to. Honestly, I did a little reading and they're like, not yet. So let's continue with these. I don't know why I'm sharing that, but there you go. Flew out of my mouth. There you go. Sagittarius. Despondence, balance, and what's the third card you have starting this? Self-worth. So, despondence, balance, and self-worth all at once. Starting off this situation. I almost feel like you're involved in something because it feels like you're trapped in it almost, and that's a despondence with the self-worth. Almost like you feel like I can't get out of this. Like you may know how you got there. Some of you may not. Some of you may be like, I got into this mess, but I don't know how I got in here, and now I can't get out. And I feel like that's the situation. It's kind of like if you can't just get out easily. It's just kind of like, now that I'm here, now that I'm stuck in this, I don't know what way. Where's the exits? Where's the exits? Because I don't see them. It's kind of what I'm feeling here. Like, I don't know what to do to get out of here, but I want out of this. That's how it's starting off. This seems to be a lingering energy at first. And people know it. Whoever wants you in this situation, they know that you're having a hard time getting out of it. They also know you want out of it. So they're doing what they can to keep you from doing that. Perfection with mysticism. I feel like it's easier for them to do this or handle the situation as long as they keep you in it. So they're trying to also promote that energy, kind of like, oh no, you got to stay, you can't go. Especially with that balance card you had on your side here. They're kind of like, oh no, if you go, it's going to fall apart. Oh no, if you go, this is going to happen. Or if that's going to happen. Or you can't go because of this, you can't go because of that. And I think they're messing with your sense of responsibility, quite frankly. I know a few Sagittarians, and they have a very strong sense of responsibility, it seems to me. At least the ones that I know. And I feel like that's what they might be jerking you around with. Kind of like, oh no, you wouldn't, cut out. I mean, you said you'd do this, right? This is your responsibility. You said you'd do this, and you're a responsible person, right? I just feel like there's a little bit... The manipulation card, even though it says mysticism, these two together kind of feel a little bit manipulative. They really do. You actually hold to this situation for a little longer. You got service on your side. Basically because you think it's the right thing to do. Not because you want to, but because you do take your responsibilities very seriously. And you're starting to wise up to this, kind of like, somebody's slanting this to their advantage. They're pushing more over onto me, trying to trap me here even more. Just because they know what type of person I am, I'm not just going to let things drop through. I do what I'm supposed to do. I handle what I'm supposed to handle. I'm respectful. I am responsible. I'm somebody to be counted on, and people know that. That's what I'm feeling here. Now, granted, I'm thinking of two Sagittarians right off the top of my head. No, I'm thinking of a couple of them. They do actually seem to stick with their responsibilities. It really does seem to be like a thing. I know they're fire and they can be whimsical, but still, when they have something that needs to be done and they have committed to it, once you've committed to it, I feel like you stick with it because you're like, no, I said I'd do it, and my word, I mean my word. I mean what I say. There's passion here in the environment, which is making me wonder what's going on here, because there seems to be a little bit of a hokey pokey going on here. Hokey pokey, turn yourself around, that goofy little dance. Because it feels like it's a little bit much what's going on here. I'm seeing passion, but I'm seeing like somebody have a lot of fun. But you notice that person, it's funny, the person in the chair I'm questioning, are they having a passionate moment? Like, the person performing seems to be having some passion. The person sitting there is kind of like, are you done yet? Like, could you just say your monologue already? I feel like somebody's playing around here, and they're not putting in as much as they're not nearly putting in as much as they should. They're pushing it as much as they can on you, and they're taking advantage of it while they can, is what they're doing. Because I feel like one of the reasons they're doing that is like if they don't make you feel like it's an overwrought situation, you're going to probably try to find a way to back out of it and move on, kind of transfer your responsibilities to someone else respectfully. Even though you take your responsibilities very seriously, there does sometimes come a point where you're like, well, I've done this long enough. Now it's your turn. I'll show you how to do it. And once you're doing it, I'm leaving. So they're trying to keep you too busy to do that, is what I'm getting. This is a ridiculous moment. It's weird that passion is coming forward as a ridiculous moment, but to me it is. Because I feel like they're really kind of being a little extra with that. I don't know how else to say that. Like, it's unnecessary. It's not going to hold you in the situation. Because I feel like what happens is, like, you bend over backwards, you burn the candle at both ends, you teach somebody else how to do this situation, you find your way out because you can't take it anymore. Because it gets so overwrought, you're just like, listen, I'm letting you people know I'm getting ready to go, and you three people, I'll teach you how to do it. If you don't want to learn how to do it, listen, you're going to have to figure it out on your own, so you better make the time so I can show you how to do it. Otherwise, when I leave, you're going to be picking it up on your own and having to do it. I'm giving you fair warning. Again, you are very respectable, and you do take up your responsibility seriously, but you're also giving notice, kind of like, listen, this has gone too long. I've been doing the best I can. I'm giving you notice. I want to show you how to do this. You need to make yourself available so I can show you. If you don't, that's on you, but I'm doing the best I can to help you with this. Because there's a breaking point. There's a breaking point with this. Because you are going to leave. You are definitely going to leave. You got the isolation here, kind of like, I'm out. This person pulling the ridiculousness, again, you're telling them, hey, you might even be giving, like, instead of a 2 weeks notice, a 3 weeks notice for somebody. I'm feeling that. And it's kind of like, I'm giving you 3 weeks. Make the time to see me. Make the time I want to see you. Because when that Friday comes in 3 weeks, I can't help you. I can't help you. I'm telling you now. Make time for me. If they don't, it's on them, and I feel like they might not. I don't think you're going to feel bad about it, though, because when you leave this situation, whatever it is, especially if they decide that they don't want to make time for you, and they won't do that, and you give them at least 3 weeks. Like, if somebody's going to give 3 weeks, I can feel it already. I know this is not everybody's going to be in there for work situations, but they're not going to do it. And you're going to be like, hey, gotta go. Hope it works out. I had to learn the hard way. I guess you do too. But you don't know that they've been being little jerks. So whatever their problem is. When you walk away, you'll be fine. You're going to be impartial to it. You're going to be like, I did everything I could. I set it up. I let them know. Put everything out there that I could to say, I'm leaving. Work with me on this. You don't want to? Hey, that's on you. Nine of Cups here. Impartial. You're happy to be out of the situation. You know you did everything to help them. You didn't leave anybody high and dry. You gave them ample opportunity. I don't feel like this is odd for Sagittarius, but as soon as you're out of that situation, something else comes charging at you here. What is this? What is that word? Is that expansion or recovery? Recovery. Recovery with the Chariot. This person, somebody's trying to pull you back in. Is this before you leave? No, I don't think so. I think somebody's hoping you're going to regret leaving and try to pull you back. Whatever the situation is, and I know it's not business for everybody, I know that. But whatever the situation is, they get the Chariot with the recovery here. The recovery, like, I don't know if it's showing up in camera weird, but it looks like it's very white when I look at it through the viewfinder, so I hope you all can see it. So Somebody's coming forward towards you, trying to get you to come back. I'm not really feeling you instantly sold on this. I'm not really seeing you go for this. They have the Knight of Cups here. They're really trying to sweet talk you. This, I feel like, is the same person who was kind of like playing the hokey pokey back there. Like, screwing around, doing what they want to do, making you do all the work and just living up life the way they wanted to. Yeah, of course they want you back, because their life is a lot easier when you're doing all the work and they're jerking around doing this and that. I almost went a little too far with that word. But, when they're being jerks, yeah. They get to go, meanwhile, you're over there doing everything that needs to get done. Yeah, I'm sure they love that. I don't know why I'm annoyed, but, like, I'm a little insulted for you. I'm just kind of like, get out of here. Like, I don't want that crap again from you. They're trying to sweet talk you. They're trying to, it could be so much greater. Some of them might be offering you something more than you had before. I do feel like some of you are going to be dealing with this in a relationship sense, where you were doing all the work in the relationship, and now they want you to come back now that they realize you were actually serious and you're leaving or left. Trying to bring you back. There's that version coming in too. I mean, I know these come in a few different ways. So whatever fits for you correctly. I don't see you immediately impressed with this. It's very interesting that you have the Two of Swords crossed with the Four of Cups, which is very interesting to me because you're not moving on it. That's the Two of Swords. Some of you might not even be responding to it. But the Four of Cups over it is telling me it could tip this way or it could tip this way. Is this an offer that you kind of want but wish you didn't? Or is this an offer that you actually do want but know you shouldn't? So I hope I said that right. If it's right side up, you do want it, but you know you shouldn't want it. Whatever it is, it's kind of enticing you back, but you're like, I know it's not a good idea, but I do kind of want it. If it's reversed, you really do want it. Like it's a bad idea. Like you might take it, but it's a bad idea. That's what I'm getting. Like because I think I said the same thing twice. I feel like if it's reversed for you, you might be a little bit over hopeful that this is going to be better the next time around. And they're telling me this isn't as good as you think it is. Some of you might be kind of enticed by the sweet talking. Some of you might. I don't think a lot of you, but some of you might. Be careful. Be careful. Are you going back into this? Would you really go back into this? Like, would you really do that? You got growth with the Princess of Wands. Possibility here. There's a possibility here that things could go better. You're seeing it. And you're questioning, am I walking away from something good before I should? Am I not giving this enough of a shot? Should I at least try, just so I know one way or the other if it really could have worked? Work situation, love situation, whatever you got going on, they've really worked on you enough to where you're like, well, there's a possibility this could go better. It might be worthwhile for me. And if it is, there's a lot, I'm used to it. I know what to do with that. So you're really questioning if you should. And I feel like you might go back. The last two cards aren't saying if you are or not, but this is going on in the environment. You're literally starting to negotiate with this energy. And the Tower's coming in with the Miracle. Like they're completely blown away that you're listening to them. You're really considering it. They thought they were up crap crick. Or you know how that goes, without a paddle. They thought they were just too bad, so sad land there. They just didn't think it was going to happen. The Miracle is telling them they're getting a shot. They're shocked about this, but they better do it right. I feel like you pushing back into this, though, you're doing some negotiation. And maybe that's why we have to look at this. Be very careful. If you're really going to try this again, you want to get this in writing if possible, if this is a situation where you can do that. Like if it's a love relationship, I don't know how that would work in your favor. But, however that does. Work-wise, you really want to have it written down and agree to both sides what this is going to be and where this is going to go. The Two of Wands with the Facade is telling me you're going to be probably making a choice here, but there could be some negotiating. Just be careful. The other side seems to be a little bit BS in it. So they just want you back, and they feel like once they get you back, if they can get you trapped again, things will be fine. They seem a little dim. Whoever this person is, they don't seem that smart. Like, you took it for a while, but then you walked away. And they feel like they just got to trap you again and you'll be fine and you won't try to escape again. I don't think that's completely true. You escaped once. I don't know. Be careful getting back into this. Really be careful getting back into this. Because I feel like they're warning you. The other side is full of it. They're full of it. I feel like it's better to keep on going in a different direction. Some of you may feel like you don't have a choice, but I feel like going in a different direction is better serving you. I would choose a different direction. If you go back to this, the other side's got a lot of falsehood there. And they like this time where they get to screw around and do what they want. And they're looking forward to getting back to that. So it may be at a different level or degree. They might have to do it even differently, but they plan to. I'm getting they plan to go right back to this energy. So know that getting into this. That's their whole goal, to be able to do what they want again and just feel comfortable and not have to worry about things. So hopefully that helps you make your decision on what you want to do, if this reading resonates with you, of course. Thank you for watching either way. If you'd like to have a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.